Hi, and welcome to this edition of Las Vegas News Desk. I'm Powell Slaughter, Senior Editor with Furniture Today, and joining me today is Norwalk Furniture CEO Caroline Hipple. We're going to talk about Norwalk's approach to this particular edition of Las Vegas, and just maybe a little bit about what's going on out there in the industry as far as service issues go. Caroline, welcome.
Well, hello, pal. Thanks for having me. It's nice to see you in Zoom.
All right. Well, hopefully one of these days we'll be seeing each other in person. Hey, we're going through the introductions that were submitted to Furniture Today for this edition of Las Vegas Market. It's kind of a light round of introductions in terms of upholstery, but you were one of the exceptions to that. Y'all have a number of frames coming out, not only in line, but also additions to the Kim Selmella collection. And, we even have a number of exhibitors who aren't even going to show this time. Can you give us a little bit of a take on Norwalk's approach to this market? Good bit of new product coming out, retailer appetites for new product in these times when services is such an issue.
Sure. Pal, I just wrote a 365 days later letter to our whole community, and it gave me a chance to reflect on what we've done that's worked. And one of the things we've done, and you've seen us do this for all year, we doubled down on buying more fabrics. We didn't push out fabrics. We launched our Every Market's collection and bought accordingly, even though many of them were virtual or lowly attended. And what I can see now, looking back, is that has served us so well because we have raw materials, we have new designs, we have things that are inspirational. And what we all know now is there's raging consumer demand. And so our dealers needed product and need freshness and need things to sell. And so we were kind of looking left when everybody else was looking right. And now, so then when it came to Las Vegas, we decided Kim Selmella is our designer from the West Coast. The West Coast market is a very important market for us. So we wanted to really introduce a lot of fresh new Kim things for this market. And we have found that selling forth and putting positive into the world in this time has really paid benefits. And we did it because we thought it was the right thing to do. We weren't sure what was going to happen, but we have found that people want something uplifting. And upholstery can be colorful and cozy and great design and uplifting. And so we feel like it's a service to keep going forward. And the results have been so positive that we feel like it's the right thing to do. So for Vegas, we probably have, I'd say, 15 or 20 new frames to show, and new and 100 new fabrics that will be present. And part of it also is we have to inspire ourselves and our sales reps and our team. And so it's a whole cycle of positive creativity going on. And, I call it the time of the Netflix sectional. We cannot keep a sectional, we make to order, but the sectional business is huge. I think families are working from home. So you're seeing home office pieces be more successful, but you're also seeing what I call the Netflix sectionals happening. Kim has a great collection of sectionals, and then ottomans to put your feet on, chairs to be cozy in. We're just trying to make good design available.
Well, Caroline, looking at this particular episode of Las Vegas, what are your expectations in terms of in-person attendance? And on top of that, if it is lightly attended, how are you going to kind of tell the story that you have here to a broader audience?
Well, our Vegas showroom, we're on space 2A, and if you're in the first two floors of the A building, you're open year round. So we're open year round. So all of this work we're doing will play out over 6 more months till the next market. And what I know about markets, whether it's in a pandemic time or not, is so much of the work happens before market. Our reps talking to their dealers, who's going to come and not. And we always say that we don't think Utah thought there was a pandemic. So we see a lot of Utah, we see a lot of Nevada, we see a lot of Arizona and Colorado at this market. And we think it will be more lightly attended than a normal market. The last one was 30% of a normal market, but we still sold more than any other market. And that is because people need product. And, many of us, Scott Dixon and me and our team, head of sales, head of merchandising, and me, were all former retailers. So we knew that when we came out, when people could open up last year, our customers needed product to sell and turn fast so they could pay rent and they could pay salaries. So they're still coming because they need to do that. And we're also doing virtual markets for those that can't come. So we'll have virtual appointments and we'll have in-person appointments. And our in-person appointments are longer, more detailed, more intimate, if you will, because we don't have quite the crowds we normally do, but we do serious business with our customers that need us. And so, it's a little different. It's not quite the party that it always is. We still manage to have fun in our showroom, of course. We do socially distanced cocktails. We'll have our own little cocktail snack box for each individual person. So all of our hospitality is there. It's just, it's individually packed and wrapped and safe. I've been vaccinated. We have temperature checks. We're doing everything to keep it still safe and healthy. I think people, we know we're seeing, because of the vaccine, the other side down the road, but we all know, we listen to the CDC. We have to be safe and cautious and mask. And so we'll still be providing a pristine environment. But we're going to be doing the secret to our success this year has been granular business planning with our dealers. So what's selling? What do you need? How much do you need? I mean, we're really starting to plan for the holiday season because, our raw material supply chain is a little interrupted. So we're now talking to people about how we're going to plan for the high demand of the holiday season. And believe it or not, we have to start now. So we're going to use this market with our appointments that we have to really do a good year planning.
Okay. You mentioned earlier, retailers need product that they can turn fast. We're getting close to the end here, but real quickly, speaking of that, how are things going from a service standpoint at Norwalk right now?
I am so proud of our team to say that we're shipping custom upholstery in 8 to 10 weeks. And, that's double our lead time in a pre-pandemic time, but we still think it's about half the average of most custom upholstery these days. And it's because we doubled down on buying fabric. We've hoarded foam. We've scarfed around to try to create plans to have raw materials. And it's very challenging, but we're still shipping in 8 to 10 weeks, So, if foam is our big issue now. So we're hoping that we'll see better foam production in a couple of weeks, as Texas and Louisiana reactors get better after the freeze and the thaw earlier. But so it's a bumpy supply chain for sure. It's going to be bumpy for the rest of the year, but we're trying to accommodate that bumpiness with bigger purchases, more flexible scheduling, and some of those things.
Great. Well, and when just as an observer of the industry, it's my hope that some of the disciplines and practices that have been basically forced upon everybody are going to pay off down the road when things get a little bit more normal. Maybe even step up service to some extent. I
agree. I mean, I know more about where extruded fabric comes from and how it's planned to go through a mill so I can get it woven to get fabric so I can make a sofa than I ever thought I would. And I thought I knew a lot about fabric, but I know a lot more than I did before, and foam and how it's made. So, But in the end, beautiful product is what people come to Vegas to see, and we're going to have a lot of it. So we're super excited. I'm on my way.
Well, hey, Caroline, thanks a lot for joining us today, and good business to you in Las Vegas.
Thank you very much.